What is good, guys and gals, and welcome to the Films and Pixels Podcast, episode 50. I'm your host, Afif. Good thing I managed to make it to 50, so if you stuck by me, thank you so much. But yeah, there have been some topics just wanted to go through that happened last month, such as Linkin Park new singer, two major tech companies with new announcements, Huawei phone I remember seeing with a trifold design, and some sort of alarm clock from Nintendo. But yeah, without further ado, let's get going. So yeah, the first topic I do want to cover on the changes Linkin Park have made. They did announce a new lead singer replacing Chester Bennington, who unfortunately passed away 2017 from suicide. So it's going to be Emily Armstrong. Now, her inclusion did not come without controversy. She has a past as a previous lead singer in a band in the 2000s called Dead Sarah with childhood friends of hers. I don't remember who. I know I found an article about it. But, they were famous and they did well. So that's before. Okay, so now we know Linkin Park, one of the more successful rock bands, mixing rock and hip hop together to really classic, great songs. And then since then, with the new addition of Emily Armstrong, they've released new singles like Heavy as a Crown and Emptiness Machine. Two very good songs, if I might add, for an upcoming album, I think in November, called From Zero. They're not like rebooting, but you'd call like a reboot, but they're just starting from scratch, a new chapter for them after everything that's happened, like a 5-year, 6-year hiatus for them, especially for Mike Shinoda with a band, or excuse me, not a band of his own. Like albums of his own, processing his feelings of what happened. So after auditioning with them, they got the sense that, with Emily's voice, it really feels like a Linkin Park song, at least from Mike Shinoda's perspective. And yeah, there was a new drummer that got replaced. I forgot his name, but I know that a drummer also got replaced as well. But like I said, it didn't come without controversy. One, because of her supposed alliance with Scientology, and two, because of her previous friendship with Danny Masterson, who was recently convicted of grooming or sexual harassment for more than 30 years, and even one of the victims spoke out, Carnell Bixler. And for those that don't know, Danny Masterson, a former actor from That 70s Show, so he was sentenced to 30 years sexual harassment, rape against victims like Bixler, Zavalda, and Carnell Bixler. Both of them were former Scientologists, ironically. So, of course, Emily Armstrong did eventually respond to the accusations, not being fully aware of what he was accused of. And he really feels bad for the victims and so forth, and has made an effort to distance herself from any sort of controversy her name might be attached to. So she's just trying to move forward. I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying trying to do the best to move forward, since now she's going to be working more with Linkin Park. So yeah, that hopefully it goes well and so forth. But yeah, although she did respond to the Danny Masterson controversy, she didn't really say much regarding Scientology. So maybe much ado about nothing for her. Okay, so iPhone 16 released last month in September, the successor to iPhone 15. I'm not going to go much. I'm just going to say some basic specs that were available, like a 16.1 OLED display, which is very good. A 2556 by 1179 resolution display, 60 hertz, 10 nits brightness. I don't think people care. HDR brightness. I got a bunch of specs, but maybe some people care about 12 megapixel ultra wide sensor, for 2.4 aperture. Also 12 megapixel front facing camera with 2.2 aperture, night mode and cinematic mode. Very impressive specs. Even 8GB RAM and A18 Bionic chip. Excuse me. Different storage sizes 128 gigabyte, 256 gigabyte, 512 gigabytes, and dual support, QI wireless, iOS 17, and also all the apps together, Apple Pay, Wallet Maps, and Music TV Plus. You get the whole joint. with Face ID, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 6, and so forth. And of course, like every year, new iPhones, more powerful specs, more hype, more popularity, more expensive, which is going to be like more than $1,000+, like $1,099, or to put it more plainly, $1,099, if you want to say it that way. So you can read the specs, and it sounds impressive. If that's the right value, okay, good, fine, you know. And of course, there's a 16 Pro Max with a slightly bigger screen, also with like Pro Motion technology, which is like for smoother scrolling, and larger battery. And of course, like all the iPhones have different colors, same RAM, but with a 48 megapixel main camera and so forth. So it's what you're expecting, even with the price tag close to $1,400. And yeah, it shouldn't shock me that more people went out shopping around the world, whether it's in San Francisco or even in Dubai. I remember seeing videos of like huge crowds in Dubai malls, like going crazy for the iPhone 16. So it's not exactly surprising there. Okay, the second part of the tech announcement I wanted to talk about: Sony having a video presentation on the PlayStation 5 Pro. And you think someone like me who's a Sony PlayStation fan would be excited or impressed? Listen, the tech may sound good, but I'm not exactly hyped for it. It's not just simply because, yes, I don't have a PS5 and I don't hate the console. I'm just not excited about the idea of owning a PS5 right now. But also because, I mean, it's huge. I'm really glad, if anything, the launch design with 825 gigabytes. I didn't like that. There's a replacement that I like with a 1 terabyte storage, but still, it doesn't really change my mind with a $500+ price tag. And now even with the PS5 Pro costing $700, and that's without a vertical stand and no disk drive. And look, I get it. The points, as Mark Cerny, the architect, said, you know, with a custom-driven AI upscaling technology, PSSR, or PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. Yeah. Advanced ray tracing, because the whole point of this new generation, not just more native 4K gaming, but ray tracing as well. And an upgraded GPU with a 28% faster memory and 60% more powerful graphics. And yes, there's a 2 terabyte SSD. There's still 4K resolution. Even some games will give 8K resolution options. So it's good for anyone that wants 8K TVs, faster loading, which is great. And it's still compatible with the same accessories, with the same games. But I mean, like, you know, when you consider the price with the tax included, like even like 800 euros, which is crazy, 700 pounds, and even like almost 120,000 yen, which includes tax. That is crazy. I'm sorry. I mean, I need to see more of a demonstration. Yes, I know there are some YouTube videos of like comparisons with some games. Speaking of games, they're going to take advantage of the extra power. I'm going to talk about them. I am curious about like older games from the PS4 era, how they do. I want to see higher frame rates of those games, like Bloodborne and The Last Guardian, and maybe 2 of those Just Cause games and Mad Max. Just a few examples I know I can think of. There are a lot of games that's still stuck at 30 frames. If they can go up to 60 frames, I think that would be great. But just for some games that are confirmed to be upgraded, patched, compatible for taking advantage of the extra hardware, like, you know, Horizon Forbidden West, the Marvel Spider-Man 2 games, you know, and the other Marvel Spider-Man games, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2. Those are like first-party exclusive titles. And even like the third-party or the multi-plat, whatever you want to call it, like, you know, Alan Wake 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Dragon's Dogma, Dragon Age Veilguard, Hogwarts Legacy with improved ray tracing, and the Resident Evil 4 remake. And I think Rise of the Ronin, one of them. Hopefully I'm right about that. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That's good to see. And Stellar Blade. So, yeah, I mean, some of the confirmed games, like even I saw a demonstration of Alan Wake 2 using ray tracing. So I thought that was pretty good. That was actually pretty impressive. But still, it's not like enough for me to be like, oh, I should have this. Like, listen, I'm sorry, I didn't really care too much. I mean, look, for me, if I want, what, in my opinion, I think has been a good upgrade. I think if you're still somewhat stuck on the PS4 Slim console, right? And it's still a good console, but it's showing its age just a bit. Like some of the games, although most of the classic, well-known good games still do well, perform well, look good, it is clear that even the performance and resolution, some of the even good games that came out later on, still look a bit blurry and struggle with the frame rate. So I think the PS4 Pro console still good enough. If you can find it at a good condition, good bargain price, I think it's worth the bargain price as well. If anything, that has an advantage over the PS5 Pro. At least PS4 Pro comes with a disc drive, and it's a Blu-ray disc drive, not a 4K Blu-ray disc drive. Hence the reason why it's actually more affordable and much cheaper now. So that's why I think that console is a good investment, even though I can't play, obviously, not for the newer games. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Okay, I'm sorry, let me play the video again and mute volume because I just want to take a look at this video of the Huawei Mate X-T Fold. So it's actually known now as the world's first tri-fold smartphone. As a 10.2-inch OLED display, you can fold it into three with a 16.4 outer screen and a 7.9 inner inch screen. I think it's like, oh, I think I get it. Like when it's wider, that's the size, and I guess that's how it is. It's just based on my understanding. Battery powered by a Kirin 990 processor, 4500 battery, and so forth. So the trifold display, it's actually pretty impressive. The single camera setup in the front, it's pretty groundbreaking device. Even though it's gonna be at a luxury price, ultra luxury price tag of $1,500 to $2,000. So yeah, hold on. Let me watch this video again of one of the unboxings of this phone, of the Huawei X-T Mate. Pretty impressive. Really nice red color. Folding right side, folding left. I like what I see. The camera lenses look really nice. A nice leather design. It's a really great touch. If you want that kind of fancy phone, good for you, but it comes at a luxury price tag, not just a simple upgrade. So, hold on, let me look at a second one. Yeah, so I'm looking at a unboxing video. Really impressive design work, I gotta say. Really, I like this red maroon color that I'm seeing here with the gold touch, golden side panels, gold text, car charger. It looks like I'm just talking about videos I saw maybe through Instagram or TikTok. Car cables, of course the USB cables. So pretty impressive stuff. It's good. Packaging is excellent. So the packaging for this phone is excellent. It looks like a extra case that comes with it. So it's very impressive. So if you're into that type of phone, that's really great. It's almost like a phone and almost a small tablet at the same time. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm actually impressed. Yes, it's a phone that when you fold it outwards, it looks like a tablet in itself. So I mean, that's pretty good. Even though, yes, like more well-known tablets, there are like a variety of tablets that are easily affordable that you can buy, but it's just pretty impressive how it's like 2-in-1, smartphone and tablet. So at least to me, it's like a tablet phone device. So that's actually pretty cool. But I don't know if it's out yet in the markets. I don't know if it'll come out, but I honestly doubt it. It's still pretty good. That's just my opinion. You know, I'm just being subjective. I'm not calling it the best phone coming out. I'm just saying, like, the tech included, it's pretty impressive. But bear in mind the premium price tag. Maybe some really good smartphones that don't fold or flip or anything like that, with very good tech and very good price tags. That's really more than enough to me. If I wanted to upgrade sooner or later, I think like something still high tech but affordable enough at a bargain price is enough for me, whether Samsung or otherwise, you know. Okay, so this last bit I just want to talk about, news from Nintendo. And no, it's not the Switch successor or Super Nintendo Switch or Switch 2, whatever. Believe it or not, it's some sort of alarm clock called the Nintendo Alarmo. It's like an interactive alarm clock coming sometime this year. It's funny. It's called Nintendo's Sound Clock Alarmo, which is funny that they're doing this. It's designed to make waking up more fun by integrating themes and sounds from popular Nintendo games like Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 3, and so forth. The Alarmo offers a range of customizable alarms, 35 scenes at launch, allowing users to wake up game-inspired sounds. So it's like a Nintendo clock with like Nintendo-themed characters, whether it's like Donkey Kong, Mario, Zelda, Splatoon, maybe Pokemon, Metroid, so forth. There's motion sensing tech, which for some reason the clock will react to your movement. I don't know. If you're still sleeping, maybe it'll go crazy or try to wake you up. If you don't get out of bed, the alarm becomes progressively more persistent. Even introducing different characters from the game seem to urge you to wake up. There are also multiple alarm modes, ranging from gentle to firm wake-up motions. In addition to being an alarm clock, you can track your sleep patterns and offer an hourly chime feature, along with soothing sleeping sounds for a more immersive Nintendo experience throughout the day. Okay, cool. For all the tech behind this clock, it'll be priced at $100. So if you're willing to just fork up $100 for a Nintendo alarm clock just to wake up and see either Mario or Link or Donkey Kong or one of the Splatoon characters in front of you and see the numbered themes like Splatoon, font and numbers, for example, great, cool. Oh, one bit. The Alarmo requires a Nintendo Switch Online membership to download additional content and updates. Great. So on top of the $100, there's additional DLC for a clock? It'll be available in 2025, sometime early in 2025. But yeah, Switch Online members in the US and Canada can buy it, so, cool. Okay, seriously, this alarm clock thing from Nintendo, so unexpected. But hey, at least there's hardware outside of gaming from them. So, Nintendo has always been strictly a gaming company business. And we know the Switch has done well. Third or fourth all time? I think third all time in lifetime sales, 143 plus million units. Very, very impressive. I would not be shocked, and I'm actually looking forward to the day when the Switch, if maximum number 2 spot all time, I think it can beat out the PlayStation 2 as number 1. Simply because of the flexibility of how it can be used. TV, handheld, tabletop like a tablet with kickstands. I think the Switch can do well. As for the clock, I don't know if the Alarmo clock will maybe entice more people to buy Switch consoles to integrate them together. But hey, if you're a fan of the Switch, maybe you'll love the Alarmo clock. So yeah, good for you. But yeah, that about does it here on the Films and Pixels podcast, episode 50. I'm your host, Afif. Again, thank you so much. If you liked this video, please comment, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I appreciate it. Thank you, good day, and good night.